Darkseid and Thanos are the two ultimate villains of their universes. Both are rightfully called one of the most powerful beings of their worlds. However, if there could be a battle between them, who would win? One has the ultimate anti-life equation, while the other has Infinity Stones. Even though DC characters are generally stronger than Marvel characters, let's put these supervillains at a comparison and see who is going to be the ultimate villain of the galaxy.
All that for a drop of blood.
Marvel Cinematic Universe recently elevated Thanos' character completely. He is armed with an Infinity Gauntlet, whereas Darkseid, whose weapon is the universe itself in the form of anti-life equation. In a competition, Thanos would have to snap his finger and use his hands, but Darkseid, on the other hand, wouldn't even have to do that. By his mind-wimping anti-life equation, he can easily destroy Thanos. While Thanos' greatest weapon is the Infinity Gauntlet, Darkseid doesn't even need any to win. However, Thanos' destruction and Darkseid victory is not even that easy.
What did you do? I went for that.
To have a truly fair fight between the two, Darkseid and Thanos would have to face off without their respective reality-changing weapons. Even in the DC-Marvel crossover, Darkseid obtained the Infinity Gauntlet much to the hero's dismay and panic, and upon learning that the Infinity Gauntlet will not work in that universe, he calls it useless and throws it away. Also, the fact that Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet can't even work outside the Marvel universe withdraws him of this power. Here, things initially appear more level. In the comics, Thanos has battled against the likes of Silver Surfer, Beta Ray Bill, Thor, and even held his own against Galactus. While he eventually lost the fight against the World Eater, even getting a solid hit is a feat worth mentioning. But while Thanos has resources, Darkseid is arguably the most resourceful person in the galaxy. The Justice League is inherently more powerful than the Avengers, but even then, it is little more than a chore for Darkseid to take them down. Most can't survive a blast from his Omega Beam. Even Superman, the peak of all superheroes DC or Marvel, is brought to near death by it. Darkseid is so powerful that the entire DC trembles with fear when apocalyptic ruler is mentioned. Darkseid has something Thanos doesn't: hundreds of years more experience. Darkseid has been in close, steady contact with exacting new gods for quite a long time, his fight faculties and strategies culminating to where he scarcely at any point utilizes his actual muscles. A couple of times he at any point lost a fight to anybody was under amazingly explicit circumstances, merely accidents in the bigger plane of things. Thanos is for sure impressive, and without their universe-finishing weapons, the two would normally have an inconceivable fight. In the end, however, Darkseid's unadulterated strength, endless assets, auto-win Omega radiates, and a huge measure of fight experience would give him a definite edge. Basically, Darkseid wins because Darkseid is, after all, Darkseid.
Anti-life is found, Assad, and we will stop at nothing to possess it.
Darkseid is more focused and has better soldiers. He is so powerful that his mere existence is a threat to the entire universe. For him to exist, the entire universe has to fall. That is why he had to create multiple clones of himself with different powers. This gives him an even better army of soldiers. While the Black Order is a dangerous group of very powerful killers, it's hard to argue that Darkseid doesn't have better and more loyal warriors at his beck and call. Ebony Maw and Corvus Glaive worked to subvert Thanos almost immediately after their first appearance during Infinity. Plus, if you compare them to the likes of Calabac, Steppenwolf, Mantis, the female furries, or the more recent addition of Grail, the Black Order does seem to be left wanting. For Thanos, we can't quite say he is as focused as Darkseid. Sometimes Thanos tries to be more savage and malicious. He is bothered by his emotions for Lady Death, which distracts him from his ultimate goal. In fact, everything he does is to win the hand of his love. Lady Death, however, after multiple attempts from Thanos, is never on his side. This destroys his core confidence, and sometimes pushes him to defeat. Darkseid, on the other hand, is much more aware of what he wants. He has a clear head and he knows what he has to do for it. He is not tied up in feelings or relationships that divert him. He is concerned and devoted to his victory and has strong confidence in his abilities. But Thanos' love for Lady Death is not all too bad. In fact, Lady Death's spurning of Thanos has had a unique side effect at several points during Thanos' existence. Thanos can't simply die. Death has no interest in him. Death can't defeat Thanos as Death doesn't want him. Darkseid doesn't have to even move his hand to win the war, but in a battle, he can't also kill Thanos. In Infinity War, Gamora has slain Thanos. But we all know he's going to come back in Thor and Eternals comics. Darkseid was born as an evil godhood. To his character, there is no exception but to be master of all evils. Other than expanding to his fullest form, he has done nothing to develop his abilities. He discovered the mathematical Omega powers and anti-life equation, and that was the start of his wicked existence. Thanos, on the other hand, has developed himself into a holistic villain. Thanos was born a deviant outcast in the eternal civilization upon Titan. Thanos was hated and scorned, and so he became a creature of hate and scorn. He used vile magics and profane sciences to expand his capabilities constantly until he became the feared Mad Titan he is today. While many believe that Thanos is a mortal playing God and Darkseid is God playing with mortals, they forget that Darkseid was always appreciated for his evilness. To the contrary, Thanos was always hated for merely existing, so he became evil. From being an ordinary deviant and Titan to becoming the biggest villain in Marvel Universe who killed many superheroes with a snap of his fingers is not an ordinary transformation. Even though in a fight Thanos might not have the chance to win, he can give tough competition to Darkseid. From the powers and gauntlets of each, it is evident Darkseid will beat Thanos. Yet, MCU has transformed Thanos in such a way you could expect no less from him. Who do you think will win? Will Darkseid be able to defeat Thanos? Let us know in the comments section who, according to you, will win. And if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. Also, subscribe to our channel for more related videos.